Let's make a refined sugar-free apple spice bread. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're gonna make this delicious and simple apple spice bread because it's fall and the apples are in season. So we're gonna fill up our house with that autumn smell of all those good autumn spices. So all of our pantry ingredients today are from our partner Essential Organics, who carry over 600 organic products. And if you want to check them out, use the code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout for 10% off your order. All right, so we're gonna start with those dry ingredients first. We're gonna start by blending our oats. This is 2 cups of organic oats. And we're gonna make a flour with them. No need to go out and buy yourself oat flour. If you have oats, grind them up, and it's that simple. Literally, it just takes seconds, maybe like 5 to 10 seconds to grind it up. You don't have to grind it really fine. It actually does better if it's not super fine. So that goes in the bowl. Then we've got 1/4 cup of flax meal, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. That's what's gonna give it all that amazing spiced autumny flavor. All right, and then we're gonna mix this up first before we add our apples and walnuts, just to get it mixed a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna add our apples and walnuts. This is 1 cup of apples, just diced really small, and really it's whatever your favorite apple is. Usually the little tart ones are a little bit better for stuff like this, just so you get a little bit of that tart flavor in the bread and it's not just all sweet. And then 1 cup of walnuts. And the walnuts are completely optional. If you're trying to go nut-free, you don't have to add the walnuts at all. So just stir them in. It's always good for stuff like this, if you're adding it to a quick bread, to mix it with your flour first, just so that the surface of the apples especially get coated a little bit with that flour. It just keeps them from sinking to the bottom of your bread. All right, so you're gonna have to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now we're gonna go on to the wet ingredients that's gonna glue all of that together. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, for our wet ingredients, we've got 1/2 cup of pitted dates, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk. And just like I always say, if you don't like soy milk, you can use whatever plant milk you like. I always just suggest that you use an unsweetened plant milk because the sweetness is going to come from the whole food date. All right, so we're just gonna blend this until the dates are completely pulverized. Okay, so that goes in the bowl, along with 1 cup of applesauce, and this is an unsweetened applesauce. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this well. And then you're gonna need a bread pan. So I've got a silicone bread pan, just a standard size, but you could also use just a regular tin bread pan or glass bread pan, but you might want to line it with a piece of parchment paper just so that it doesn't stick to the sides. Okay, now we just pour it into our pan. And your pan is going to be very full, but that's okay because this quick bread, it doesn't rise a whole lot because it's a whole food bread. There's no refined ingredients, so it's not going to rise a whole lot because those ingredients are really, really dense and heavy. So just smooth the top a bit. And if you wanted to, you could sprinkle a little extra nuts on the top just for some decoration, or some really thinly sliced apples. That would look pretty too. But I'm just going to leave it plain just like this so you can see what the bread itself is like. All right, now we're going to go into the oven, like I said before, 350 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay guys, our bread is out of the oven. If you want to come in and take a look, it smells amazing. So all that's left, I'm going to let this cool a little bit and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. Okay guys, let's go in for a slice. And it's still kind of warm, so it's going to be nice and spongy. Oh yeah, look at that. Gorgeous. All those spices, and the crunch of the walnut, just lightly sweet. Perfect. All right, come on back next week for another great recipe.